Guys, I have some charts for you, which you will find very interesting. So this is the portfolio of Murad, the subject of the day. And then here are some data. Murad is sort of known as the number one meme coin KOL influencer. This guy, he believed in the narrative of the meme coin super cycle that meme coins would take over the crypto market. Utility coins are dead. Everything is a meme. This is where the value is going. And he started buying a lot of meme coins. And you can see here from 2024 March, he started accumulating by buying a lot of coins. At the time, you can see he started buying Bitcoin, or when I say Bitcoin, I'm not talking about BTC, I'm talking about Bitcoin, there's a meme coin on Ethereum called Bitcoin. Murad started buying the meme coin. He was buying $3,700 tranches. He was buying 24,000 tokens at a time. It was costing him 3,700 USD. You can see it was very consistent. Transaction 1, transaction 2, transaction 3, transaction 4, boom. In one day, he managed to clip a couple of Bitcoin in his portfolio. And going to page 7, he was still buying Bitcoin. He was really buying a lot. You can see all his direction here, they were all bids. They were all buying, 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 buying. He was not selling. He kept on buying. And then after he accumulated Bitcoin, this was now in April, 25th of April 2024, he started accumulating PopCat. So there he started accumulating PopCat. Not really with a lot of money. He bought like $700 worth of it, then $566, then $900 and $200. You can see the amounts are very, very tiny, not too big. He was just early. And then he started accumulating SPX token. From here, he started, the first SPX purchase he did was how much? Was $3,000, then $6,000, then 3,000, 3,000, 6,000. Dollar cost averaging pretty much, even though it was within a specific times. A very short period of time, he was just dollar cost averaging. And then he started doing MOG. 6K was the first transaction, then 10K, then he went on and on and on. So long story short, he accumulated a little bit of all these coins, and then eventually he ended up accumulating a lot. The portfolio went from a small amount to tens of millions of dollars, and now it's down. And he had a very, very simple thesis of how the market is going to go and what we're supposed to do and what is this thesis and what he's doing exactly for him to profit or being more very successful. And as the narrative went through, things started to go a little bit weird a bit. The moment he got doxxed by Zach XBT, they made him public, showed us his portfolio and what he's holding. And Murad came out and say, these are my top 10 picks for this cycle, and I'm sticking to them. He picked 10 coins that he started to talk about. SPX was number 1, Giga number 2, then MOG, Apple, PopCat, Bitcoin, Retardio, Lock-in, Mini, and USA coin. Okay. Now, all of these coins performed really well. Most of them, at least. But they reached to a point where they got so saturated that a lot of them lost so much value to the point that the only ones that have survived really well has been SPX and GigaChat. All of these, MOG really did well. Sorry, PopCat did really well. It went to over $2 billion in market cap. Now, let's look at PopCat right now. PopCat was at $2 just a few months ago. Now it's standing at 17 cents. And Murad still never sold. Remember, he was early on this coin also. He never sold. His thesis was very simple. If you buy coins that are community driven, they have a lot of people that believe in them. They're more like cult-ish in how they're structured. They have a lot of believers. The community believe in buying and holding and not selling. Do not trade, buy and hold. The holders in the long run are going to win. You can see in October, this post had 1.6 million views. This was the Murad thesis. But now, if you look around, let's just have a look at a lot of these coins, right? SPX, how is it doing today? You will see something here that I think we all can learn from so that we become better investors. What I'm about to show you, you will see that Murad was extremely betrayed by the so-called community. So SPX, oh my God, SPX is now at $312 million. So SPX also, it was one of those coins that went to $1.7 billion right here. Now it's down by 80% in the last 2 months alone. It lost 80% of its value. Okay, now you might say, oh, that's bad. Let's look at another one, which is Giga. Because Murad, he also mentioned when he actually made the call. So he's saying that the first time he mentioned SPX was at $10 million. So now it's standing at $300 million. You're still sort of 30x up if you bought it the first time he mentioned it. Giga, he mentioned it at 15 million. How is it doing right now? We can say Giga is now standing at $116 million. So you're more than 10x if you bought it at the time that he mentioned it. What about MOG? Let's talk about MOG. Murad mentioned it about, first mentioned when it was 320 million. MOG, his first mention, 320 million. Current price, $169 million. Now, if you bought it when Murad mentioned it for the first time, you have now lost 50%, about 50%. Now, this is when things started to go wrong on this one, right? MOG. And then we can go on and on. What about Apple? He mentioned that $140 million. How is it doing right now? Apple Staja. Now it's at $42 million. You have also lost money, even if you bought it on the first time Murad mentioned it. Popcat, $160 million. Then when he first mentioned it. How is it doing right now? Again, $167 million. So you broke even right now. You break even if you bought it on the first time that Murad posted it. What about Harry Potter Obama Sonic Inu Bitcoin? He mentioned it at $85 million. How is it doing now? Harry Potter Bitcoin, it's now at $54 million. It means you're also down. Since you bought that coin, it's still already down. Retadio, he mentioned it at $19 million. How is it doing right now? Currently, it's at $16 million. It means that you also lost money right now. What about Lock-in? He mentioned it at only $10 million. A lot of people bought that coin because also the narrative of GameStop, and it didn't work out. So now it's at $5 million. And then what about Mini? Mini was also another meme coin. And I never liked this one, but a lot of people were buying it. Currently standing at $3 million. When Murad mentioned it, it was 5 million. So you're also down bad. American coin, USA. I also lost money on this one myself. But Murad mentioned at 25 million. Currently, it's standing at $13 million. It means you also lost money. So basically, 2 out of the 10 coins that Murad said these were his best picks, best meme coins, only 2 made you money. The rest have been down only since they were mentioned by him. Now, why am I making this video? What would I say Murad was all about? And what part of his narrative is right? Is he still credible? Can we still trust Murad? Can we still believe him? Here's my take, guys. I'll be honest with you. If there is a warrior in the meme coins who is a stand-up guy, who you can sort of trust to a certain extent than anyone else in the meme coins, is Murad, because he put himself on the line. He has put his own money on the line and his reputation on the line. And people can ridicule him if they want to. They can point fingers. He has become an actual Jesus of meme coin in one way or another. Because a lot of KOLs, they make a lot of calls and then they go back and delete the tweets. But also, they will never show you their backs or their portfolio. Whenever they lose money, they don't say. When they sell, they don't tell you. They just keep going, this is the future. And when they sell, they just stop talking about it. In that sense, I give Murad a 10 because he has been standing up for his community. Now, the only thing that Murad has been wrong about, not really wrong himself, his thesis is still correct. But one thing he has been wrong, I would say he has been wrong by his community. His thesis is correct. Community is the best in meme coins. But the thing is, because he couldn't control the entire supply of the coin that he is pushing, because he was buying a lot of these coins from the open market. He was not part of the team. He didn't create the coin. He was just buying from the open market, support the community, and then he would hope that people will reciprocate and continue to push the narrative. But right now, if you notice, the only things that have survived, all of these coins have suffered the same fate, just like every other meme coin that was being pushed by a bunch of people. They had their moment and then they disappeared. So let's just go and search something so random. I'll search for Apple right now. APU. Let's search for that and see what we find. This is Apple. Their last tweet was an hour ago. It only got 1,600 views. Then their last tweet was about 7 hours before that. And then their last tweet was yesterday. You can see the activity is even dead. Most communities are completely dead. So if the narrative is to say community matters most, what does it say about, let's just look for Apple again. If Murad is correct that community is all that matters, what does it mean for the rest of the meme coins? It means that a lot of the meme coins, including some of them on this list, are dead, will never come back, will never recover. So what does it mean for holders? It means that the only thing that can hold your coin and make it valuable, if you're down bad in meme coins, you have to understand that the only thing that you can count on is whether this coin will survive the bear market or the bearish season or the bleeding of the market. How does it survive? If the community is still active, is still pushing, still active, posting and making memes all the time. Let's compare Giga to all the other coins on the Murad list. I just searched Giga on X. You can see the last post on Giga was from just a normal community member 16 minutes ago. And then Murad on the 15th of February, which was yesterday, he made another post about it. Now, another one 9 hours ago, like a variation of people posting memes about Giga because the community is still there. People love it. I mean, there was Coinbase yesterday delisted Giga still, but it still performed really well. It didn't get wrecked as many people expected. You can see 30 minutes ago, a video was posted by someone else. So you can see the community of Giga is still very strong, even on the red days. This is very important. Now, I need you to look at your meme coin, even the meme coins that I like. If you go on some of those meme coins, you'll see that they're completely decimated, that nobody talks about. Look at this guy. 2 hours ago, he's showing you some merge of Giga. The community is still strong. So because a lot of people lost money in meme coins, you understand, you can see what's starting to happen. All the value will now consolidate into the fewer coins that have a stronger community support. One thing that you also have to notice, if you go to Murad's account itself, you'll be able to see that he stopped talking about the other coins. He's mostly focusing on Giga and SPX. Why? Because I feel like he knows that the other communities betrayed him. He gave all of those coins support, but the people, the insiders, they sold the coins like crazy to the open market. Look at how the USA coin, for example, how it was dumped so much that a lot of people lost money on it. I think that's why Murad stopped talking about that coin. So this is a very clear indicator. I think this is a very straightforward play. You can see all his posts are Giga and SPX. From here, I can conclude personally that Murad has stopped supporting all the other coins. He is now very neutral about everything else, but very, very bullish and deliberate about SPX and mostly Giga. He doesn't even talk about PopCat from what I can see from his posts. So Murad was right. Strongest communities will survive, will make the most, will be the best, to the moon. But if your coin does not have the best community pushing it, you better start counting your eggs, my friends. Looks like it's going to be a cold summer for you. So some of these meme coins are not going to survive. So you can apply this on the Murad list. You can also apply this same thesis on your own portfolio. Look at it and start doing your own observation.